How's it going, everybody? Today we're opening the first of 3 of the Cardfight Vanguard Will+Dress / Deer Days stand-up deck sets, and the first one of that being Gramgrace. Next week, or later this week rather, we'll be opening the Favernil, and we will then be opening the Orifice, which out of the 3, to me, looks like the best. My cat is being a cuck. So, like I said, first we're going to take a look at the Gramgrace structure deck, which comes with the main character of Deer Days, I believe. I never played Deer Days, so I'm not sure. It's got the Gramgrace stand-up deck set, Keter Sanctuary. On the side, just Bushiroad's information. And then it's actually got the deck list here, which, that's nice. Come with Carberry? Really? Holy shit. Okay, so I've not actually looked at these. The only one that I've had experience with is Orifice so far, because I just played against it like 3 times today as of recording this. But each of these comes with 1 pre-constructed deck, 5 a little card reprint pack, a deck box, a storage box, which holds 2 of the Bushiroad version 2.0 deck boxes, a set of sleeves, and a Bushiroad 2.0 deck box. I got these from my local card shop, Retribution Games, over in Fort Worth, Texas. Be sure to check them out. I believe at the time that all 3 of these videos are going up, we will be doing a sale over there. If you spend $75 or more, you get either a set of Bushiroad oversleeves or just a set of Dragon Shield sleeves. But we've got the little sleeve off. We'll set that aside, and then we'll take a look. We've got legs, both Gramgrace's and hers. We'll open it up. We've got the Gramgrace deck, which I'll set aside right now. The Gramgrace sleeves, which do look really cool. I think, personally, I prefer Japanese sleeves just because they do have the Vanguard Will+Dress logo versus just the OG Vanguard logo, which is fine. I like the OG Vanguard logo. I just like the JP logo a little bit better. And then we have the actual Gramgrace deck box itself. If it'll fucking come out. That's what she said. That's what my wife said when yeah. That is now empty. And we can actually take a look around the box. We've got main character of Deer Days. Ooh, that is really pretty. What the fuck? A Cardfight Vanguard, like Vanguard Circle logo with a nice, different Vanguard Circle logo. Then we've got Gramgrace over on the side. And then just the nice blue that we've already seen on the bottom. I'll set that aside. We've got the deck box, which I do like a lot more than the Leonore Drejeweled Youthberg deck boxes, because this is more along the lines of the Chronojet deck box that we got in the Chronojet deck set, and just the standard Bushiroad deck box that they give out normally. Like, this is just the normal Vanguard deck box. We've got Gramgrace on the front, the character twice, 1 in color, 1 in black and white, and then just a little logo on the side, and then Keter Sanctuary on the top. The Velcro actually feels really nice on it, and then the actual build quality is also really nice. Normally, with these, you'll put them in like this, and it'll fit 2 and some extra cards, or I believe if you put them just flat, it'll fit 2. I don't really ever use these. These are just nice for, like, I'll use these deck boxes for, if I've just got, like, the Gramgrace deck is going to be growing in the Gramgrace deck box, because I would much rather do that than putting it in the Grumpy Cats deck box that Bailey left eons ago, for example. But we'll go ahead, set this aside, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the Gramgrace deck itself. So, getting the little cigarette wrapper off, it is weird that all of these are in common, but starting off, we've got 3 copies of Sword Saint Night Dragon Gramgrace. Your Persona Ride increases your back row units as well as your front row. And then once per turn, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, draw a card, choose a card from hand, call it to back row center, and that unit can attack from back row with plus 10k. Then at the end of the battle that your back row center rear guard attacked, put it into soul and draw. So a nice draw 2, essentially. You're not negative anything in that situation. We've got 1 copy of Divine Sister Getabetskidis. When you would ride this from the ride deck, you could ride it from a Soul Blast instead of dropping a card. And then Incision Angel, which is the grade 1 for the ride line. When it's ridden upon, draw a card and then choose a card from hand and drop it. And the card that I'm going to be moving into my Hex Orb deck because I like her cuter than Tier Square Sorceress. Starting Magic Star Lily. I believe it was a promo before it came out in this set. But we've got that as the ride line. Getting on with it, we have 2 copies of Vanguard. Back row center at the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, Soul Blast 1 and discard a card from hand. Choose a Vanguard with Gramgrace, and it gets plus 10k and 1 drive. So obviously that's who you want to call. I feel like that's easier said than done. And then we've got 2 copies of Fossado, which is a unit that was run in Bastion for a while. It's got resist, and then when it hits countercharge or soul charge 1. Your choice. There are 4 copies of Knight of Soaring Refinement Diffen. When a grade 3 or greater unit in the center column attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Gramgrace and its card name, that attacking unit gets plus 5k until the end of battle. And then front row rear guard, when this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Gramgrace and your units in the center column attacked 2 or more times this turn, counterblast 1 and this gets, so this would be like a third attacker. You'll go Vanguard. I really don't know how to say that name. Fernbale into Gramgrace into this. That way, because he is giving Gramgrace plus 10k and Twin Drive. Gramgrace is giving him plus 10k, and then he's getting plus 15. So a lot of power, forcing a lot of guard out of your opponent's hand. Then we have 2 Cadwalla, which I might honestly be taking out of this deck and putting in my Ezel deck because I need to run 2 in Ezel, and I could not find this damn card for the life of me. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If you have 4 or more units, Soul Blast 1 and retire this unit. Look at the top card or the top 3 cards of the deck. Choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater. Reveal it, put it into hand, and then shuffle the deck. If you did not reveal a card, draw a card. Then we have 4 copies of Divine Sister. Yeah, if your soul has a grade 3 or greater card, it gets boosted 5k. Sure. We got 4 copies of Drilling Angel, which when placed on rear guard, put a unit from the drop zone into soul. Then look at the top 3 cards of the deck. Choose 1 card from among them with the same name as the card in the soul, and call it. So that's always a really nice card. We've got 3 copies of Knight of Gale Bludger. I don't really care. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater during your turn, she's a 13k attacker or booster. And then we've got 2 copies of Painkiller Angel. One thing I think I said at the beginning that the only thing that I don't like about this, like, you're getting a full 70 pack of sleeves. You're getting a deck box, a storage box, a full deck, as well as a whole slew of extra cards in each deck. This is $20 right here. Wayward Therapy was not a lot of money. Cardfight was a lot of money. You're getting a decent value. I just wish they were hollow. That's my only complaint. 4 copies of Palladium Zeal, which is the no drop PG. 1 common copy of the Keter Sanctuary Overtrigger. Then we have, look at that, 8 crit, 3 draw, and 4 heal for the main deck. And from here, what you would do is, since there are 5 extra cards, they really want you, because there's the 5 extra cards right here. The Chalice, Turnar, which at the end of the battle, this unit attacked while boosted. If your damage zone has 3 or more face down cards, put this into soul and countercharge. Cardfight, which is just a nuts card. When this unit is placed on rear guard, counterblast 1, soul blast 1. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck, choose a card from among them, reveal it, and then put it to the rear guard if it's a grade 2 or less. Put it into hand if not, in the shuffle deck. So this is really, really good in Youthberg. I don't know if it's still used in Full Blast, but I know at this point in Youthberg, it's pretty decent because it just lets you get a revolve form for free, essentially. And then we've got Wayward Therapy, which when discarded from hand, Soul Blast 1, call it. I mean, a 10k grade 1 is just always nice. And then Lockty, which I believe was a promo for a while. Don't quote me on that though. Back row rear guard, at the end of your turn, if you have a Vanguard with Gramgrace in its card name, retire this and then choose a grade 3 unit from soul, put it into hand. So essentially, let's say it's turn 2, you just Persona Road. You can use this, retire her, get a Gramgrace back, and then Persona Ride the next turn. I think that's pretty good. like I said, these are going to be just really quick, just getting a basic understanding of the deck. Like I said, I'm taking these two out. So in its place, I would probably put the Chalice and the Carburet, or the Chalice and the Lochte, but that's something I'd have to play around with. But really and truthfully, like there's cards like this card right here, the 13k attacker. You're probably not going to run all three of those, so you'll just put those three in and call it a day. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, we will be having a lot more content back on the channel. We're back in full swing. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Braden Medlin, Team Like Crusade, signing out. Peace, guys.